If you want to lose weight, this recipe is fantastic. You only need a few easy ingredients that you already have at home, which are naturally anti-inflammatory. This recipe of mine has no sugar, no milk, no eggs, no wheat flour, no gluten. You're going to love it. It's very easy and turns out delicious. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss it. So, the first ingredient I have here is my apple, with the peel and everything. Remember that by keeping the apple peel, we also preserve the amount of pectin naturally present in it, which is a fiber that helps increase satiety, lower cholesterol, and naturally gives the jam-like consistency without needing to add sugar. And it will give that wonderful sweet flavor that we want as well, to satisfy that craving for something sweet, 100% natural, without needing to add any kind of sugar or sweetener, because the apple is already naturally quite sweet. To make our compote here, I'm going to add my water. I'm going to turn it on here to boil. And I'm also going to season it a bit, because we also season sweet dishes. So, I'm going to season it here with a bit of ginger. Remember that ginger is a powerful anti-inflammatory. It contains gingerol and shogaol, which are closely linked to reducing inflammation in our bodies. And we know that reducing inflammation is super important for our health. We know that a more inflamed body is more likely to develop certain health problems, and reducing inflammation also helps with weight loss. The less inflamed we are, the easier it is to lose weight. And I'm also going to add my cinnamon here. I'm using a cinnamon stick actually, so it's easier to remove later. Cinnamon also contains cinnamaldehyde, as well as other components that help due to their anti-inflammatory properties, in addition to adding a lot of flavor. So it really enhances the taste as well, and it pairs perfectly with apple. Let's wait for this to infuse and for the flavors to blend. When it reaches the right consistency, I'll come back because there are still more ingredients to add. Hold on. So look, now my apple is already cooked and most of the water has evaporated. I'm just going to remove the cinnamon stick. And I'm going to transfer the apple and ginger to this container here because I'll blend them in the food processor with other ingredients. Let me just transfer everything here and then we'll come back to blend and mix in the remaining ingredients. Hold on. So my apple is already here in that container, and now I'm going to mix in my unflavored, unsweetened plain gelatin. Remember that gelatin is cooked collagen, pure collagen, so it will add a source of protein to our dessert, which makes it even more interesting. On top of everything, this also helps with satiety and is beneficial for collagen itself, for your skin, nails, hair, and joints. I have a video here on the channel talking about the benefits of gelatin, how to choose a good gelatin, and I'll leave it down below in the description for you. So here's what I'm going to do. I have my water here. I'm going to add the gelatin to the water to hydrate it. And then I'm going to melt it so it becomes completely liquid, either in the microwave or in a double boiler. You can do it whichever way you prefer. In the microwave, you'll put it in for 10 seconds, then another 10 seconds until it's fully melted. When it's ready, I'll come back here so we can blend it with the rest of the ingredients. Hold on a second. So look, now I've already dissolved our gelatin. I'm going to add it here to our apple so we can blend everything together. And it's good to do this beforehand, precisely to have some liquid. Otherwise it turns into an apple puree and it's harder to blend. I'm also going to add, to further boost the anti-inflammatory power, our powdered turmeric here. Remember that I have a video here on the channel teaching you how to check at home if your turmeric is real or fake. I'll leave it down below in the description. And remember that turmeric contains curcumin, which is a powerful anti-inflammatory, and that curcumin is activated even more by piperine, which is found in black pepper. So I'm going to add a pinch of it here. This won't change the flavor of the recipe, but it will boost the absorption of curcumin. It can help increase absorption by up to 1000%, so it's definitely worth adding a pinch. And also, optionally, I'm going to add a bit of vanilla extract here, because it brings out the sweetness even more. We're not using sugar, sweeteners, or anything like that, so it will naturally bring a sweeter flavor. Now let's blend this really well. So look, now I've greased this baking dish here with a bit of coconut oil, and I'm going to put it in the fridge to chill. And in a little while, I'll come back to show you how it turned out and cut a piece. Hold on, I'll be right back. A few hours in the fridge and it becomes super easy to unmold. My suggestion is that you cut it into cubes so you can enjoy the sweet treat whenever you feel like it's worth it. I'm going to cut it and come back here so we can try it. Hold on. Look, our apple sweets are ready, and it's super practical. You don't need to roll them into balls or anything like that. Just put it in the baking dish, wait for it to chill, cut it. Very practical. Make it, you'll love it.